So I got some free time and I've decided to create a masterclass to help all you entrepreneurs out there so you can grow your business to the next level. Now the city is under lockdown, so it's a good time for you to go through this 1 hour masterclass, and it will really, I promise you, this will really help you grow your business. Okay. So the webinar is obviously about digital marketing, and so hope you're ready. Here we go. Right. So how to form a killer digital marketing strategy, right? I'm sure you know about the title because before you clicked on it. So here we go. Okay. Firstly, let's set the rules. First, I'm going to set the rules, what this is about and what this is not about, right? And after that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and then get into the strategies which you can use and grow your business straight away using Facebook, Instagram, SEO, and all these things, right? Okay, first thing, this is not an overnight success. You're not going to make lakhs of money or grow your business straight away. It will take a month or 2 months or 3 months time for you to start seeing some results. So you need to stick with the strategy. And the plan, whatever you decide. So this is more like a framework. It's not tactics, right? You need to understand a little bit of Facebook ads and Instagram ads and the metrics and how you target people and so on and so forth. But this will get you the right strategy, how to take your brand and company to the next level. It doesn't matter if you're a startup. It doesn't matter if you're a small business. It doesn't matter if you're a big business. It doesn't matter. These are fundamental principles. Okay, you need to have an existing website and an existing business which generates some money. So you should have some amount of sales. Only then you can grow it to the next level. Okay, you need at least 10 lakhs or 20 lakhs of sales. Okay, you need to be passionate about marketing, sales, and growth because this is hard work and everyone's trying to make money on the internet and it's not easy. It's quite difficult, but if you stick with it, you will make money. It's completely free. I don't want anything in return. I'm already making enough money. This is just to help small and medium enterprises, small companies, small businessmen, small startups to get started. Because I can see a lot of people waste a lot of money on Instagram, Facebook, Google ads. This is just to help you out to do the right things. And basically, yeah, that's it. Okay, so use it. You can use this presentation, you can use the strategies, you can share it. There are no copyrights, there's no issue. You can also use my work as if it's your own work. It's absolutely cool. And if you have any questions, you can ask in the comments below, right? I'm gonna put this up on Facebook. So yeah, you can comment below. You can use my content as well. It's absolutely no problem. I don't even expect credit for that. So please go ahead. Okay. Basically, I'm going to try to finish this in 60 minutes. So in the next 60 minutes, you're going to understand the landscape, what is exactly going on when you are trying to advertise online, what platforms are there and how these platforms are charging money and how basically you can use it to your advantage and what exactly is going on. And one basic secret, right? One basic principle behind growth hacking, which I've learned over the past 11 years. Now, every time a new trick comes wherein you can use that trick and do kind of growth hacking and your cost really goes down and videos go viral, or your content goes viral and you learn about Instagram stories, for example. This is one principle. When you're keeping it, if you keep that in mind, you will always understand what you need to do to grow your business very quickly at a low cost, or get a lot of awareness and branding and engagement and sales. Okay, how to set up your objective and ad campaigns. What should be your objective, what should be your goal, and what you should do to go in the right direction. I'll teach you how to define your strategy, objectives, and what attitude you should have for your brand, and what targets you should be having, what you should have, which direction you should be going in, right? Okay. Applying the paid owned media framework. This is a framework which you need to use, and you should will understand which stage your business is in at any point in time. The next point is really important. These are six psychological principles to growing your sales digitally. Now, these are basic principles psychologically, what you're trying, consumer psychology, what you want to be doing to grow your sales, how you should be applying these psychological tricks on your website to grow your business, on your advertising campaigns, your creatives, and so on and so forth. Okay, and finally, the most important thing which you should keep in mind, and the reason why 90% of the advertising campaigns fail. In fact, people who are watching these videos, even after I show you all the strategies and exact way to build your campaigns and what you should be doing in the next 1 year to grow your business, you will still fail because you will kind of make a very fundamental mistake. So at the end of the webinar, just remember what the last 2 or 3 slides are about. Okay, ready? Here we go. Okay, no, wait. So I need to introduce myself first. Okay, so why you should be listening to me, basically. Well, I don't even care, but yeah, fine, whatever. So basically, I have been an entrepreneur for the last 11 years. I've built many companies. Some of them failed. One of them was really successful. I was selling electronics online, and I took it from 0 to 11 crores of revenue. I started with just a laptop and a computer. I was importing products from China and selling it online. Now it went to 11 crores of revenue. The company name was Wicked League. I'll put the logo here as well, so you can go on Google and see it. The website is not live anymore because the domain, I've not renewed it, but if you Google it, you will see a lot of news articles and how big the brand was and so on and so forth. You can search it on YouTube and everything because I did a lot of influencer marketing and stuff like that. Also, I was it was all over the news channels and everything. So yeah, quite good. It was a good time. Profit margins were great, so I was like really rolling in money at that point in time. Okay, so education wise, I'm an MBA from University of Sheffield in the United Kingdom. I did my majors in strategic marketing and finance. As I said, I have 11 years of experience in digital marketing and finance and entrepreneurship. Basically, I hustle and try and make money as much as possible, as much money as possible, of course. That's why I think you're here and watching this. Okay. I also consult companies and startups to form their business strategies, especially with respect to digital marketing. Try and understand all marketing eventually is going to be digital marketing, and that's where the growth is. So basically, I fine tune their business processes and help them in forming a strategy and following that strategy and working with their teams to grow their business. These are some of the brands I worked with. You can look at it. I also work with many other companies, but they are significantly smaller companies. A couple of these companies are quite so small in this, but well, they have quite a lot of potential to grow, I feel. So I've included their logos as well. Yeah, as I said, I'm just doing this to help a small 10 lakh, 20 lakh turnover of people doing small startups to grow their business, and hopefully this really helps you get on the right path. I made a lot of mistakes, so hopefully you don't do those mistakes. And for a small business to go from to go from 10 crores to 1 crore of business is quite easy. Okay, and following all of this, you should be able to do that. Okay, first understand. Okay, so the digital footprint, right? If you look at the internet, right, from the 1970s all the way to 2017, 2018, 2019. So first you had the dial-up modems and all of that, 1990s. So the internet speed was really slow. That time you had eBay and Yahoo, and Amazon just started. Amazon was making losses. Then as the internet speed starts becoming faster, in 1999, then you see Google, people looking for information. So basically, then in 2003, 2004, you have blogs coming up, and you have Facebook coming up. So Facebook, you can share photos and talk to your friends because the internet speed starts going higher. Then eventually you see this transition towards apps, right? Because 4G was launched, iPhone came into the picture. Last few years, it's been about video, right? And all these platforms are competing for video because 4G is there now. That now eventually in the next 3-4 years, 5G will come, right? So again, there will be a lot of opportunities because now people are sharing videos. 3-4 years back, people just for sharing photos online because the speed was slow. So you should keep this in mind, right? This is a basic principle. It's constantly changing. Companies come and companies go, right? Platforms will come, platforms will go. Like a few years back, 3 years back, Facebook was very popular, right? So a lot of advertisers and marketers were on Facebook spending a lot of money. Now, Instagram is popular. However, Facebook is useful for a certain kind of business, right? Because people use it for networking, generating leads. Instagram is more towards beauty, fashion, and so on and so forth. Google is more of information and research. So you need to tailor your content, your marketing strategy accordingly. Now, one thing is there that video, it's really cheap to promote video because all of them are trying to get people get a major share of the people sharing videos on their platform. Even LinkedIn is quite cheap. uh, so yeah, you get the point. Now people search for jobs now on LinkedIn more. So you can see the trend is changing. It's changing very, very fast. Now people are accessing through their mobile phone. This was 2 years back. People are talking about accessing. More and more people accessing through the mobile phone. It will be something else in the next 2-3 years, but we can see the landscape is tremendously changing. Okay, so basically, I've missed one point, which is influencer marketing. So there are a lot of things you can do, like email marketing, um influencer marketing, search engine optimization, search engine marketing, content marketing, paid ads, pay per click, uh, social media marketing, and affiliate marketing. Right now, what I want you to do is when I'm talking about the strategies going forward and what you should be doing exactly, how you should be forming your strategy for your business. Keep all these things in mind, how you will be using them. Right, you can go through this video over and over again. In fact, you can also download the slides. I will I'll put the link below in the comments. And remember that these are the platforms you need to use and also converge them, mix them together. Everything has to happen together. You can run Facebook ads, take them to your website, then also hit the same person with Google ads, or also capture the email and send them the email. So everything happens in tandem, and try to use as many of these platforms and landscape means all these channels as possible, right? Okay. Okay, the biggest secret behind growth hacking, right? Okay, so basically, what you need to understand is the business model of all the companies, which are all the platform companies. In the sense, you need to understand what is the business model of YouTube, Facebook, Google, Snapchat, TikTok, or Instagram, right? These are the biggest platforms, or anywhere you're planning to advertise and grow your business. Okay, so basically, these companies, they offer digital services, right? YouTube is a place where you can find videos, or you can upload videos, and you can share it with the people, and you can discover new videos, listen to songs, so on and so forth. Um, Now, Facebook is somewhere you can connect with your friends, you can upload videos, um, like, share, and talk to other people in groups, and so on and so forth. Google is somewhere you can find information, anything you're looking for. And Snapchat is where you can quickly share, directly connect with people. WhatsApp is where you can chat. Instagram also allows you to share photos, and so on and so forth. So basically, all these companies are sharing a digital service. They're providing a service to you, end user, not to a business, not to you as an entrepreneur, right? They are providing something that is of value, like a digital service, to an end user, to your customer, right? In exchange, what they are trying to do is they are acquiring more and more users and more time, right? They want more and more time of the end user. Okay, so remember this. You need to understand the business model if you're going to do growth hacking, right? Any kind of trick you want to use, right? Going to give you a few examples as well. The amount of time they spend. So Facebook wants people to spend as much time on their platform as possible. YouTube wants them as much time as wants you to spend as much time on your platform, on their platform as possible, looking at videos. Facebook is connecting with friends and also looking at more and more videos. Same with Snapchat, same with Instagram, same with WhatsApp also, I mean. Now, and same with Google as well, right? So now, that being said, they also capture a lot of user data. So they take end users' time, which is attention, right? They look to acquire new users and basically take as much user data as possible. Now, how they make money is they basically sell ads, right? They sell advertising to marketers, and marketers pay them for that. Now, the advertising is based on data, and basically you can target the right kind of people. So this is their business model. Now, as a marketer, if you understand this, your content needs to be very, very relevant, and you need to look for new features. For example, Instagram had Instagram stories, right? Facebook also started with stories. All the Facebook and Instagram are the same thing, but they also introduced Snapchat had stories to start with. Facebook put stories into Instagram, and into WhatsApp and Facebook as well. Tried to kill off that feature from Snapchat because people were spending a lot of time with Snapchat stories, sharing what they're doing every day. Now, if you knew this, the cost of advertising stories when they came out with the feature, when Facebook and Instagram came out with the feature, and if you promoted a post just as stories, it was very, very cheap. It was very, very cheap. And the return on investment, because people were really, Facebook was really pushing this feature. And if you were the first advertiser to advertise here, one of the first ones, then it was really, really cheap. If you created a story and promoted it into this channel, now it's become expensive. It's like advertising or sending out email in 1999. Everyone used to check out their emails, and the return on investment was great because they would click on it and end up buying something. Okay. Now, that being said, one more thing is right now it's really cheap to advertise video because because of 4G, all these platforms are pushing, they want video content on it. So if you create video content and promote it and people watch it, it's really, really cheap. But okay, they should be interested in your content. It should be relevant, right? If users find your content not so interesting or your ads very, very spammy or irritating, or if you're just trying to sell your product, then they will start charging you more because this on the left hand side of the equation, people will not spend so much time. They'll get irritated and leave Facebook or Instagram or Snapchat, and that really increases their cost, or even Google, I mean, for that example. So if your ad is not relevant, if your content is not adding value, right, then the cost will go higher. So basically what I'm trying to say is your content. So for example, if you see videos by someone created at home and they're really giving you tips and tricks on a certain thing, vis-a-vis a brand advertising. So basically, if a blogger has made a video saying which is the best TV to buy or a best mobile phone to buy, right, and your brand is featured in there and you promote that, then it will make sense because there's comparison and stuff like that if someone's looking to buy. If you just advertise, okay, this is the great smartphone with a supermodel in there, your cost is really going to go high, because that's not something the end user wants to consume. So you need to understand that content sells, and relevant content, and it should add value. You should be able to help the end user. uh, there are many ways you can do this, but keep this fundamental principle in mind, right? Of course, I can, if you are in a specific industry, you can ask me questions. I'll try and create another video on this with some more examples. Okay, so your objective. So when you're creating Facebook campaigns or Google Ads campaigns or spending money online, you need to understand there is only two things you can do with this campaign, right? You can go after creating a strong brand, which can lead to a higher profit margin. So you will sell less compared to your competition, but your profit margin will be very high, right? Example of Apple sells less smartphones compared to Android smartphones, but the profit margin is very high. They can charge more for their product. Or you can go after market share. Market share, you can sell a lot of product at a low profit margin, right? Example of that is Amazon, Flipkart, Uber, Ola, right? Profit margin is less, but they're going after market share. They don't care about profit margin right now. They'll just try to get as many rides as possible, capture it, create a monopoly, and then start charging more, like surge pricing. Same way, you can give you an example of Colgate, right? Uh, they have a higher profit margin. They can charge more for their toothpaste compared to competition. If you were launching a toothpaste, your price should be low, right? Capture the market share, get users hooked to your brand, and then start charging more, right? If let's say you are an e-commerce platform right now competing with Amazon and Flipkart, your prices better be really low so people can buy products on your platform. You lose money, but you'll capture market share, so people will be hooked on your platform, and then they will keep buying more and more in future. So either go after users or market share, or go after profit margin. You can do only one thing. Your campaign should be focused on only one thing. So when you're launching a campaign, understand, ask yourself, right? If I'm going to advertise on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, but what is my objective? Am I trying to capture market share, right? So a lot of people in a certain uh, geography. So for example, if you are advertising in Mumbai or Pune or India, if you have more money, right? If you have less money, it should be a smaller group of people, smaller radius. If it's a smaller radius, how many people of the market will buy my product? Am I trying to establish a brand by selling more and more product? And then once the brand is established, once I've got enough market share, I will start charging more for my product. So go after market share or profit margin. It can be only one thing. You can't do both. It's impossible. If you can, then you're a genius. And well, you have hit a jackpot. Okay. Uh, okay. So first, before we get into the strategy and the tricks and more tricks and tips, you need to understand what exactly is strategy, right? Okay. So with respect to strategy, what I feel is basically there are three things. First, whatever business you are doing right now, it can be 10 lakhs, 1 crore, 10 crores, 50 crores. The first thing you need to do is your marketing strategy should help you survive. It should help you maintain that business, right? It cannot go down. Many a times I've seen you cannot jeopardize your own business. You cannot cannibalize your own business. So it should protect your market share. That your strategy should be that way. Then, after you're protecting your market share with your existing users, you should look at growing it. That's where sales and awareness comes. And the third thing is you will always have limited amount of money, time, and human manpower, resources. So these three factors have to be considered when you're forming the strategy. Okay? It's like a human being. We have limited energy, limited resources. We need to survive, and we also need to reproduce, grow, right? It's like evolution. That's why the picture, right? So you need to adapt from nature or adapt strategies of survival, growth, and with limited resources. Okay, so when you are creating campaigns on Facebook, Instagram, anywhere, right? One of the things is where you should be spending a lot of money, right? So consider these three doors. Okay, so basically for every brand it's different. Whether you should be spending more money on Google, whether you should be spending more money on Facebook, Instagram, email, SMS. There are many options, right? What percentage? It will always be a percentage. Whether you want to spend 80% on Google, 20% on Facebook, 80% on Facebook, 10% on Google, 10% on Instagram. You don't know, right? So you need to get into the right attitude to find the right path. So whatever you're doing, we create creators, advertise online on any platform, you need to get into the right mind frame, right? And keep on testing. Okay, so just a thought experiment here. Three doors, right? Consider you don't know. Behind the three doors is an you don't know what it's there's a lion, there's a snake, there's danger, right? And one of the doors is safe, right? So you need to choose the right door. What will you do, right? So one of the doors has snakes behind it, one of the doors has a lion behind it, and one of the doors has basically let's say gold or money behind it. Which one do you choose? Or safe, right? Okay, so basically what you do is you knock. So the first door number C will roar. There'll be some noise behind, so that's where the lion is. Door number A, you listen to a snake, right? You got some feedback. You knocked on the door, you got some feedback, right? And door number B is where you can go to safety and make $1 million. Okay, so that's how we go about it, right? So now consider three doors, right? Facebook, Snapchat, and YouTube. What you should be using for your which channel you should be spending more money on, right? And in what proportion, right? So these are the three doors. So what do? You test. You run campaigns on all three of them. See where the best ROI is. You mix and match your retargeting list, targeting list. You run it with less amount of money for at least 2 weeks. Always, that's what I recommend. And you see where your brand is selling more, where people are coming, where people are clicking, coming on your website. Use Google Analytics and see what's converting more or what's not converting, right? What's leading to more sales, what's not leading to more sales. So you always need to test, right? It's like knocking on the door. So you know where you're not going. See, the thing is, if you spend a lot of money on Facebook and the right channel is YouTube, then you just lost a lot of money. It's that simple. So you need to mix, allocate the right amount of money, and test your campaigns at a pilot. So always test, do a small amount of test. If you have 10 lakhs, do a test of 50,000, 5%, right? And then you get feedback, and then you can scale up systematically. I'll be showing you some metrics as well of the campaigns which I've run, so you'll get an idea. It's dummy data, but yeah. Okay, so the paid, owned, and earned media, right? So whenever you start, so let's say you have a website or an app, right? You don't have any customers. For example, you're just starting out. So initially you'll have to spend a lot of money, right? You'll be spending a lot more compared to the other stages. So there are three stages: paid, owned, and earned, right? In the first stage, right, and these three things happen continuously. You'll be you'll be seeing brands doing that. So the first thing, paid media is your Google ads, Facebook ads, influencer marketing, anywhere you spend money. You can see Amazon, Flipkart, all these companies initially spend a lot of money acquiring users. Then you go to the owned media, is your website, your database, your email marketing, your app. For example, Ola when it's advertising, it's paid, but inside of the Ola app or inside of the Book My Show app, there is always people going in because it's in their phone, or on a certain website, people remember directly go on their website. That is owned. You own that media. You can advertise on that and make money, but you can directly advertise your other products inside your website or your app. And that's how this is own media. This doesn't cost any money, right? But you have to acquire data, you have to acquire users initially. So when you spend a lot of money initially, you move on to own media. You spend almost zero money because cost of sending an email is very cheap. There's also something called retargeting list, people who have seen your content. Now, this costs money, but when you reach out to people who already seen your content and have an existing relationship going on, for example, you've seen this video, so we have an existing relationship going on. So the next time you see my video, you're going to click on it and consume it, and my cost is going to go down because if you go back, right, it will be relevant content to you right here. As I said, I've established a relationship with you, and hopefully this is adding value to you. So this is owned media. Hope you get the point. If you have questions, answer me. This is a very wide topic. I can't teach everything, but I will explain more. Right? Earned media is when you get press coverage for free. You can do PR, but that can be paid as well. But it's for free when enough people know about you to talk about you. People are commenting about you. People are writing reviews, discussing it with friends, referrals, reviews and testimonials on other sites or your site. This is the stage where actually you're making money because people know you and your brand. When people see other people using your product and you get sorry, and when your friends come and buy from your website, so it's a referral sale. That's earned media. So that's how you're actually making money by advertising, but that happens at a later stage, like you recommending Ola to a friend of yours and so on and so forth. Okay, so the next thing. Okay, this is how a traditional approach is. You do Facebook ads, Google ads, acquire users, traffic, send them leads and get followers. So that's earned media, and own media, and then it's earned media. They refer more and more people. You have seen this framework applied by Uber, Ola, Book My Show, Amazon, Flipkart, but most startups, because they're small startups, they don't have consultants, they don't have an agency, the right agency. They can't really put the campaigns. So when you're setting up campaigns, you should understand that it's a paid campaign. It's an owned campaign. It's an earned media because I'm pushing referrals now, right, from my existing users. So you need to segment them properly, so you have clarity in your head by which direction you're going in. That's how you get from 1 crore to 10 crores of revenue, or 10 crores to 50 crores of revenue. You can use your existing customers to get more customers. It's that simple. Okay. Okay. This is a linear approach, but also what happens is there's a mix and match. So for example, I was talking about retargeting list. Retargeting list. If someone comes to your website, you can retarget them. Someone's seen your video, you can retarget them. But then if the engagement is good, you've formed the relationship, then the cost goes down, right, for the paid media. Hopefully you can see my mouse. I'm pointing on all of these. Also, paid ads can directly lead to earned media. So I can see a paid ad and tag my friend. If you're selling an online course, let's say online gardening, for example, how to do gardening, right? And I see your video of few tips, and then I see your ads of your course. So you retarget me with the free tips, and then you retarget me, and then I tag my friend because I think my friend would be interested in that, in doing a course, because she was talking about it. That's earned media. So a good paid ad campaign can also lead to earned media. You get the point. Okay, so POEM framework is done. So now let's say I was talking about the 6 psychological principles. Now these are very important, right? I'm going to try and give you a few examples as well. First principle is reciprocation. Reciprocation is basically you do something, help someone, and they will reciprocate. You help a person, let's say I take you out for dinner, right? This is a human psychology, right? A human tendency. Uh, so I take you out for dinner, I pay the bill, right? You will feel like taking me out for dinner the next time, or feel like paying the bill the next time, right? For example, if you've been on a date with a girl, if you pay the bill, most girls they feel uncomfortable because they'll have to meet you again, or they'll be obliged, right? Or they'll be forced to meet you again, even if they want to. So most, yeah. So you get the point. If I call you for dinner, right, you will feel like calling me for dinner at your place, right? If I call you home for dinner. Again, this you can see with your friends, family, everywhere. People don't like taking things for free. I mean, if it's a favor, if I help you out, if I go out of the way to help you out, you will reciprocate. You will also feel like doing something for me. How do brands use this? Right? You can see Netflix gives you 1 month of free subscription, right? But you need to enter their credit card details. They ask for your credit card details, and then after you spend enough time on Netflix, consuming free content for a month, you feel like buying it. A lot of, if you can afford it. If you can't afford it, what do you do? How do you reciprocate? You go and tell your friends about it, so they acquire more users. Same way with Geo. Geo offered free data to onboard people. Again, see, both of them were going after market share, not of the profit margins. So when Netflix is running, or if Geo is giving free data away, right, they're going after market share and using the reciprocation tendency. Hope you understand this. Hope this is getting clear. This is very powerful. They're not going after profit margin. Once they have acquired you and they have acquired enough users, then they start charging. So for the first 1 month, the campaign is designed to get you hooked, and then they charge you. Right. Same way with Geo. Same way with other brands. I mean, Flipkart or Amazon was giving such low prices. They were selling products at below MRP. Why were they doing that? So they get you hooked on the platform, right? And once you're hooked on the platform, then basically you will keep on buying from them, because that's the reciprocation tendency. You feel like you tell your friends about it, right? A blogger, for example, any blogger you see online, they create content. They create content on how to buy mobile phones, smartphones, so on and so forth. And then they put a link below. So when they ask you to buy a certain phone, you click on it, you go to Amazon, and then they get a percentage of that. There's a referral link. So it's really powerful. It's like influencers have this thing that they create videos, help you, and then they ask you to buy something. That's the business model of a blogger or an influencer or a YouTuber. It's that simple. Okay, so this is the first principle. Remember, all these 6 principles work together. If you can make a mix of it, it's very powerful. It's like a chemical reaction. Okay, the second principle is scarcity. Okay, you can offer a great product or a service at a great price, but it should feel as if the offer is limited or the quantity is limited. It'll go away, right? When iPhone launches, it's limited in quantity, right? You have also seen the Book My Show app or the Ola app or the Uber app. When it opens up, you don't know whether you'll get the car, or it feels as if you should book quickly, right? That feeling has to happen. Or Book My Show, when you're booking the tickets, you see the screen of how many people are there, right? And you feel very filling up fast, and so on and so forth, this messaging. So it should feel limited, right? And you feel like, okay, I should book it right away. Amazon, the price can change, right? Amazon, so this is a few examples. You can use countdowns, right? Flash sale, like smartphones, they use flash sales, right? This is how brands use it. It's there for a limited amount of time, okay, or the price will go up. right? A limited stock, only 4 left in stock, right? Yeah, so you get the point. An order there's another thing, order within 3 hours or 4 hours, and you will get the delivery next day. Or else if you order after that, then the delivery goes further away, right? So yeah, it has to be. So for example, what I think about is gold is limited in quantity, right? It's a scarce resource. Anything that's limited, you will rush to buy it, right? Okay. Commitment and consistency. This one is a little difficult, but you get the point. The more amount of time people spend with your brand or with you, the more likely they are going to buy, right? So here we go. Commitment and consistency is basically, and consistency is, it should resonate with the value of people. Values. You have certain values like honesty, right? Like human rights, right? This is more towards branding. It should resonate like being cool, right? Or telling someone they are smart because they are using your brand. They'll be using your brand. So the values, the creatives, should resonate with the value. And second one, this is consistency. It should make sense for them, right? Your target audience, your messaging should be consistent with what they are as people, right? Your warranty terms should make sense. You should feel human, right? You should be able to connect with them. Always showcase how your company is, right? Create content which shows the internal workings of your company. That shows your values, right? Like Google is do no evil, right? You have to just do the right things which resonates with the values of the people, helping people out. And commitment is the more amount of time you spend, you get a person. So basically, if you get a consumer to click like, right, that's consistency, telling the world, okay, I like this content from XYZ brand, right? And then every time they connect with you, with your brand, over and over a period of time, a relationship is formed, then they will definitely buy from you. For example, if you initially, Amazon will sell you a pen drive, right? 100 rupee pen drive or 200 rupee pen drive or a book. They started with books, and you buy a book which is costing 100 rupees or 200 rupees, and then eventually, as you buy more and more products, eventually they will show you ads of a TV, and you will end up buying a 50,000 product. If you ask for a commitment which is too high initially, so you need to understand when you're going after market. So for example, again, going back to the Netflix example, they ask you for your credit card details and giving away 1 month of content for free. That's a very small commitment, and you're getting a lot in return. If they ask you for 5,000 rupees straight away for 1 year subscription, you're not going to do that, right? Ask for small commitments initially from customers and then scale up, upsell as the relationship continues, right? Flipkart is a great example. Again, they started with selling low ticket items like books and went on to sell TVs and refrigerators. Now they are also selling cars. So you can get the point. But establish the base, establish the relationship. Even them watching a videos. For example, you give away a video for free. Someone watches the entire video and you retarget them to do something. They will do it, right? You need to get that consistency feeling, right? Same with Apple, if you buy an iPhone, they will end up selling you more and more products like Apple TV and so on and so forth. If you can't afford the Apple 11, they have the Apple 8, 9, so on and so forth. So you get the point. And they also understand that they should not alienate their existing customers. So that's why they have the Apple XR. You get the point. Hope you understand. Yes. Social proof, right? Social proof is people need to know that your brand is established and big enough, and other peoples are using your product and service, right? So one of the example of social proof is influencer marketing. have to get a lot of influencer bloggers talking about your brand. Another example is, if you can see, Book My Show has done it great. It uses scarcity and social proof at the same time. A lot of people are seated, right? Imagine if the theater is empty, and you'll be very scared to book the first ticket, right? YouTube, people upload in their thumbnails, they show how many views have happened, right? uh, so you click on it if it's 137, 138 million views, or if you get a lot of likes on Facebook. So some of the marketing Facebook marketing post, when you post it, if you have, getting the first 10 likes is expensive, but if you have 10 likes and a few comments, then you can see that the cost of advertising goes down, right? Similarly, if you have a lot of views on a certain video, promote that video to new users. First, promote it to existing users who are more likely to like your video, and then expand it to the newer audience. Your cost will really go down because people will engage more with it. Another thing is, you can on your website or everywhere on your messaging, you can show how many customers you're serving. Like Coca-Cola does 6 billion servings a day. That's their advertising. Some of the, if you can Google Coca-Cola, it will Coca-Cola on YouTube and Coca-Cola ads. It always shows people using the product more and more, creates social proof psychologically. There more and more people are drinking Coca-Cola, right? So that's the point. You need to get this tendency going of social proof. There are many plugins to do that. If you have any doubt, if you want more help with Shopify or WordPress and so on and so forth, comment below, because yeah, I will help you. Liking. So you can brand, you as a person should be likable when you're selling something, right? People also want to buy when people like them are buying. So Aditya will buy if people similar to me, if people in the age bracket of 30 to 40 years old, I'm 32, are buying the same products, if my friends are buying the same products, same t-shirts, same brands. So when you write, customers who bought this also bought this, right? You ask people to refer, right? So it tells their friends, okay, my friend bought it. So people in a certain segment, when you're segmenting in your segment, should feel that people similar to them are also buying. So if I really like Shah Rukh Khan, and Shah Rukh Khan buys a certain product, I'm more likely to endorses a certain product. Or I know he uses a certain product, even if he doesn't endorse it. If he uses, let's say he wears a Rolex, and then I'm more likely to buy a Rolex, right? Uh, so on and so forth. So you can see brands, how brands are using this, right? Uber uses referral marketing, right? And you get an incentive for that. And Amazon says upsells product. That person also bought this, also bought this. So someone who bought this also bought a ceiling fan. So you get the point. I mean, you can dig deeper. You can Google it. Due to constraint of time, I'm cutting this short. But there are a lot of examples. If you go out in the world, you can see all these psychological principles applied by marketers, right? And you get it now. So go back and forth in this video, or go back in the presentation, look at the slides, and you can use you can basically design campaigns around this, creating this tendency, and you can create 2 or 3 together. Okay, authority is okay, you're most likely to listen to a doctor, or a policeman, or a teacher. We as human beings are conditioned to listen to authority. Since school, we know that we have to listen to teacher, we have to listen to our parents. We always listen to authority figures, right? And one of the things is, so basically influencer marketing, right? You see how it is shifting. People online right now, if you can't afford a celebrity, that is, people online right now, they trust influencers a lot more, right? And they should be. So if it's a fitness influencer, if a brand is related to fitness, go for fitness influencers. That will just make more sense. It will be more relevant. And if they recommend your product, people are likely to listen. Use that video, promote it. to your audience, right? Now, Sania Mirza was promoting 1+3T at one point in time, but she's a tennis player. But authority also transfers. You can be a tennis player, but human head doesn't understand that. They feel she's good. If you are good at something, you'll probably be good at other things as well. So if Amitabh Bachchan tells you to buy a car, he's a good actor, doesn't know anything about cars. If he tells you to buy a car, you're more likely to, you're probably going to go and buy that car. Ranveer Singh promoting a car brand, you'll probably buy that car because he's an authority in a certain space. He's a role model in certain sphere of the society. So you get the point how authority works. You can build authority by using influencer marketing right away. There are other ways of building authority. In fact, your brand itself can be authority, but that's another whole subject to get into. So these 6 principles, use them. Your cost of advertising will really go down. Your campaigns will be far more successful. Right. Now, the reason why most brands fail, here's the reason, okay? Firstly, you want to work with someone, or you want to have a plan written down. Campaign 1, campaign 2, retargeting, email marketing. What am I exactly going to do? How many people am I going to target? So let me just show you, right? So hold on. Here are my metrics, right? So this is dummy data, but see, you need to set your budget, right? How many people you're going to reach. So it's the budget, it's a potential reach, how many impressions, how many engaged users, which is the retargeting list, right? What will be your ad frequency, how many times these people will see the ads, your leads, how many people will visit your website, what will be the revenue you will generate per person, what will be your cost per lead, right? What you will do in week 1, week 2, what will be your allocation, which platforms you will advertise on, 40%, 20%. So, okay, everything, okay, then if, after 14 days, what is your ROAS, return on ad spends? Everything should be defined, every step. So campaign 1, campaign 2, you can have 100 campaigns running at a time, but every step should be defined. What was your target, what wasn't your target? For example, in this case, I'm targeting up 250 rupees cost per visitor, right? This is dummy data. This is not real data, but I can't share my client data with you, but you get the point. So whomever you're working with, if you're working with an agency or a small freelancer, or you're working with, you're doing it yourself, the reason why you'll probably fail is you don't have something. You should have your plan written down. Have your plan written down. Have your plan written down. So 3 times, right? I said it. So don't forget it. And you should have metrics. How many people you will reach, how many people you will engage, right? What you will do in week 1, week 2, week 3, so on and so forth. How will you retarget people? What kind of content you will use? What percentage of your videos they will see? What is your target? Every metric. If you don't have a metric, how many emails you will capture? If you don't have a metric, if you don't measure something, you cannot manage it. You will not know how you have performed, or how your creatives have performed. If you're uploading 3 or 4 ads, what should be the click-through rate? How many people should be clicking on it? What do you expect? That's your target. And what should be cost per click? That will define how many. So if your cost per click was, let's say, 1 rupee, and you spend 100 rupees to get the people on your website, what will be, how many people of the 100 people will buy your product? If you're selling a 500 rupee product and one person buys it, then your cost of selling that product is 100 rupees, because you spent 100 rupees to get 100 people on your website, and your conversion rate is 1%. Right? Hope this is clear. You can repeat this video over and over again, so you get the point. And if it's confusing, I will again create one more video and just give it to you in the comment section, of course. Okay, so another reason is, there are 2 options, right? The thing is, okay, I cannot really teach you everything here. It's impossible because all these things are like the tip of the iceberg. You'll have to do a lot of research on this. So dig deep into it, come back, ask questions, right? And hopefully when I'm free, I'll answer them and help you grow your brand. Uh, okay, so firstly, you need to work with someone, or you yourself. Uh, you need to be someone who's very good with numbers. You need that in your around you. Okay, and you need to set metrics, and someone who really understands Facebook ads, Instagram ads, and all of that. If you don't have the money, then go and learn it yourself. There's plenty of videos on YouTube and everywhere. So you can learn Instagram, Facebook ads, and all of that. But to form the strategy after that and execute it, you need to set the metrics and understand the numbers very, very well. Okay. If so, basically, this is what I recommend, right? Find someone. Okay, look, so you don't have to work with me, but find someone. This is something you need to promise to me, right? Who understands the numbers, right? If your business is over 1 crore, if you're doing sales of more than 1 crore in a year, find the right agency, consultant, right? And you can use this, you can use my video to ask them questions, whether they know what they're talking about, how good they are with numbers. A creative agency is separate. Someone who can run your campaigns, they should understand the numbers very, very well. And their reporting has to be good enough. So, and they should think 3 months, 6 months, 9 months in advance. So work with the right person, find the right person, contact the right person, evaluate them on all the things I told you, right? And focus on what you do best. You probably have done something very, very right to get to 1 crore of revenue. Focus on your business, right? Your job is not to run Facebook ads or Instagram ads or do digital marketing. Focus on your supply chain, bringing your costs down, running your business, managing your employees. Because if you are 1 crore of business and stuck and you get to 5 crores of business, it'll be another ball game. And then from getting from 5 to 50 and 550 to 500 is another ball game altogether. It's like if you are 1 crore, you've learned to catch rabbits. Now you can keep catching rabbits, but if you want to catch an elephant, then you have to dig a hole. You have to build a team and then capture the elephant. And you get the point. There is a lot of preparation which goes into. So hire the right person, kind of outsource it, connect with the right person, and your business will grow. If your business is less than 1 crore, roll up your sleeves, learn about Facebook ads, Google ads. It's not that difficult, right? Use the above principles. So if you're above 1 crore, use above principles to basically understand what campaigns will be built for you. Build the right campaigns, the right attitude, objective. If it is below 1 crore, use the principles, the growth hacking thing I told you, all of that, right? Whatever you learned today. Use it to ask questions, and in this case, use it to build campaigns. Start building campaigns. If you're going wrong, ask me. I will definitely help you out, of course, when I'm free, because as you know, it's a lot of work, and I've got a few clients and got a few businesses to run. Okay, I hope this really helped you, and I hope to see you soon. Have a nice day.